Neuroscientists have stated that there is a serious connection between our mind and our body. The mind-body connection definitely exists. So let's talk about anxiety and depression and why you begin to feel physical symptoms when you are feeling anxious or depressed. These are symptoms that I had gone through and I still go through momentarily from time to time, but I know how to combat them and I know the cues and the signs of what I need to do when I begin to experience these symptoms. So if you're watching this video and you are experiencing physical sensations that are manifesting themselves through anxiety, sensations such as fatigue, sensations such as the racing of the mind, joint pain, back pain, sometimes blurred vision, a lot of these sensations and symptoms are a direct reflection of your anxiety. And the reason anxiety tends to manifest itself into physical symptoms is because when you hold things inside, the things that are making you anxious, the things that are making you so deeply sad that it's turning into depression, your mind and your body are so beautifully connected that they will try to find a way to get you to take the next step. That big decision that you need to make, that big move that you need to make, that conversation that you keep putting off. Whatever it is that is creating the anxiety eventually will manifest its way into physical symptoms. So if it is you not being able to get up in the morning to go to work, if it is not being able to get off the sofa and into your car and go work out, whether it is canceling plans because you feel so lethargic and fatigued, all of these are symptoms of your depression and your anxiety, and they have manifested themselves into physical pain. And one of the best ways that neuroscientists say that you can combat these physical sensations is when your brain, your mind is not able to take over and change the way you are feeling. You have to physically get up and move. And I know that is very difficult because I remember very specifically when I was going through my darkest of days through panic attacks and anxiety, when doctors used to tell me that you just need to go for a walk or you need to go for a run or you need to meditate. Those things seemed impossible because when you are feeling like you can't catch your breath, then the last thing you want to do in the world is go and exert energy by exercising. But I will tell you this, even though it is difficult at first, it seems impossible to begin with, I am going to tell you this right now, it is one of the best things that you can do to get through and grow through your anxiety. And again, I've said this before, anxiety is something you don't want to get rid of. It's not something that you want to just completely eliminate from your life because stress and anxiety are your superpowers. Anxiety and depression are things that you can lean on to help you get to the next phase and stage of your life. If it wasn't for anxiety and depression, I don't know if I would have my own business. I don't know if I would have my own home. I don't know if I would be following this purpose-driven life that I have right now. I feel like anxiety and depression are the things that allowed me to move towards that direction because they are the things that pushed me in one way or another. Because when I started getting through those physical sensations by moving and exercising and journaling and meditating, I was able to really discover what my anxiety was trying to tell me. Because remember, anxiety is always trying to tell you something. Your depression is always trying to tell you something. And I know it is something you don't want to hear, that your depression and anxiety have a meaning behind it, because right now it may feel like there's no meaning to this depression and anxiety, and you feel like you just want to completely push it away from your life. You want to go back to the version you were before the anxiety and depression. But remember, it took a long time to get to this point. It'll take a little bit of time to get through this point, but the next version of you, the chapter that is coming for you, is going to be bigger and better and brighter because you are going through this. You are growing through this. This is a chapter in your life, and kind of like a lobster, what a lobster does when it is under extreme stress, it'll hide under a rock until its shell physically falls off and it grows a new shell. Just like that, you are going through this moment, this part, this phase, this chapter, this season of your life, and this shell is about to fall off and a new one is about to form. And for a new one to form and mold and solidify, you have to allow yourself to understand that you have to grow through this. This anxiety and depression is going to help you grow. So the physical symptoms and the physical sensations you are feeling is a direct manifestation of what you are keeping inside. So really sit down with your thoughts, journal, I constantly tell you to journal, and I constantly tell you to meditate. For me, exercise is really important because when I am exercising, a lot of the thoughts that I need to have begin to really unravel themselves. And so you need to do the same thing. You need to be with yourself and be with your mind, even though that may seem scary because you're trying to get away from this idea of anxiety and depression, because when you're alone with your thoughts, that's when your anxiety may be the worst. But really sit with your thoughts and ask your anxiety and talk to your anxiety in a way that it comes from compassion and love, because your anxiety is trying to teach you something and show you something. You have to show up in that very open heart. Don't try to push it away. Don't try to run away from it. Walk with it, lean on it, and allow it to tell you what you need to know. Thank you so much for watching. And if there's any questions you have about your anxiety disorder or panic attacks, anything that I can help you with, please know that I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. Get a hold of me and I will love to chat with you and see how I can help you. Again, I'm not a doctor, psychologist, psychotherapist, scientist. I'm none of those things. I'm just a human being who is going through and growing through these things and learning more about my brain and what works. And I would love to share those with you as well. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.